Alrighty then, Sheila Hamp Ford, the new Detroit Lions owner. This ain't the owner that we wanted, but hopefully it's the owner that we need. All right. She said some other things that caught my eye, so I want to talk about. So let's get to it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Appreciate everybody tapping in with your boy. So let's kind of talk about what she said. And the first thing that caught my eye, and I'll talk about Kaepernick later in the video. First thing that caught my eye, she basically hasn't committed to firing Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia. She gave them an out, and the out is this. She basically said she don't want to say what a major improvement is going to be or what a win-loss record going to be because of the COVID-19, the Rona. And the Rona might end up saving Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn's job because it's a tricky year. Now, we don't even know if we're going to have football, to be honest. So, like I said before, man, I know they was going to find a way to let Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia survive the year. I guess short of anything, short of 3 or 2 or 1 or no losses, they still be here next year. So, it sounds like she want to get them one more year to be a normal. And then who want to pay somebody to stay at home? So, I think their contract is, up in a couple years? Maybe next season or season after next. So, like I said before, man, I don't trust the Lions to go out there and find the right coach anyway, or find the right general manager. All Sheila gonna do is lean on the NFL hiring process, and the NFL gonna give us another bogus GM, and the GM gonna give us another bogus head coach. But is it fair that she want to assess them in a normal year? No, I'm fine with it. I already committed to saying that I don't care if I don't care if they come back another year. I don't care if they finish out their contract in Detroit because I don't trust the Detroit brass to bring in the right guy. Now, if she go out there and hire her senior advisor like Tom Gores did, then I'll be like, okay, if it's somebody I respect that's gonna help her make football decisions and football moves and help her change the culture and the perception of the Detroit Lions into to the rest of the NFL universe, then cool. Then we can fire Bob and Matt Patricia. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. But like I said before, I think it's the right thing to do. This is an off season where you don't get proper training. You're doing virtual OTAs. You're doing a virtual off season. And obviously they 2-22-1 with Matt Patricia, and this is an abnormal situation. So I don't really mind her giving him another opportunity. I don't, so I'm not knocking it. I wasn't knocking it when Martha was the owner, and I just feel like Martha was gonna let them ride it out. Nobody wants to pay somebody to stay at home to not do a job. So they signed the contract for 3, 4, 5 seasons, whatever it is. Let them play it out. Unless we got the right guy in the wing that's going to come in and get the job done. So I buy her excuse. You know what I'm saying? I buy her excuse. She ain't coming in selling us dreams. She's saying basically, so it's not a normal year. I kind of want to assess them in a normal season. And who knows if we ever get back to normal anytime soon. So, like I said, man, great organizations tend to adjust well to things like this that's happening. The Patriots, they got to find the best way to get things done. You know what I'm saying? All the organizations, New Orleans, the Rams, they've been solid over the last couple of years. The Eagles, they're going to find the best and efficient way to get the most out of virtual OTAs. But right now, it's a high astronomical number of athletes that's now being tested to return back to their sport that's, testing positive for the corona. So, like I said before, man, this is going to be tough. You're going to have some Lions that's going to test positive, and they're going to take some time off in camp and stuff of that nature, man. So, like I said before, I don't mind, even if without the corona, I don't mind letting them play out their contracts, coach out their contracts, GM out their contracts. And I respect her for not trying to be cutthroat, not trying to be, gangster. And then when it's time to be cutthroat or gangster, she don't want to pull the pistol out or the blicky out and make the hard decisions and get rid of them. So I'm not mad. People are going to be mad all they want to. You know what I'm saying? They can be mad all they want to about the situation. So I'm not knocking it. Keep Bob here, keep Matt here. Let's get them a year where, okay, Corona, that's why they wasn't that good. But if you see a lot of other teams that succeeding during the coronavirus and they doing it the right way, it just make you think same old Lions. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. So let's switch over to Kaepernick. All right, so Sheila says she's opening to signing Kaepernick, and that's a turn because Martha, she wouldn't even let them brothers kneel. And some of them did kneel, like Jalen Reeves-Maybin. He did still kneel, and they didn't get rid of him. But, it seemed like Sheila actually gets it. So, it's kind of a pushback from some people about signing Kaepernick. a lot of people are, and it don't matter what color you're, a lot of these people are hardcore Stafford fans. And they just think Stafford is the greatest thing since sliced bread in the city of Detroit. Yet, Eric Kramer still holds playoff passing records over, over Stafford. Stafford is like 6-50 versus winning teams. At the end of the day, I don't get it. Stafford has a broken back last year. He had a hurt back the year before that. I say he was hurt last offseason. Nobody wanted to believe me. I was being a hater. Do you believe in Chase Daniels? No. If you telling me Chase Daniels is better than Kaepernick, you crazy. Chase Daniels couldn't even beat out Mitchell Trubisky. He had one good game before it, versus last year. Everybody had a good game versus last year. You know what I'm saying? But if we had Sean Hill behind him or Drew Stanton behind him, even a Brian Hoyer behind him, I would understand it. Straight up and down, I would truly understand it. If we kept Jeff Driscoll, I'd be like, oh no, we can roll with Driscoll as the backup quarterback. They should explore bringing Cam Newton in, bringing Colin Kaepernick in. If Stafford goes down, then we're going to be in the running for Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. And even if they don't have a season next year, we're still going to be in the running for them. So, my whole thing is this. Is next year, let's say they don't bring in Kaepernick, I'll get to in a minute. Next year, they lose, right? Stafford go down or they lose, and you in position to cut Stafford and not owe him no money. You're in position to re-sign Stafford, or you're in position to draft Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, whoever the top quarterback is next year. So, are you still going to be loyal to Matthew Stafford and say, oh no, Stafford going to play for another 3 or 4 years? Get out of here. He had 12 years up to next year to show us what he can do. You don't pass on 2 generational talents. You passed on Tua, which was dumb. And if you pass on Lawrence and Fields for Stafford, that's stupid. 9 times out of 10, that injury that Stafford got, his best days behind him. 9 times out of 10, when you're in your 12th year, your best days behind him. John Elway was the anomaly. Your best days are behind you. So, like I said before with people, man, they just think Stafford supposed to be, and he's just he's the greatest. He should be on my line, Mount Rushmore. Fuck no. He ain't won nothing. Why is winning being diminished amongst this generation? You know what I'm saying? That's what separates people. That's the main goal of playing the sport, is to win. Well, the Lions haven't did this, that, and the third. Hey, I can't help you, man. Like Flavor Flav said, I can't do nothing for you, man. Can't do nothing for you. You chose to kept signing with Detroit. You chose to stay here. That was on you. The quarterback position is about wins and losses. The wins and losses go on the shoulder. It's a quarterback stat. When they bring up Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, they bring up a lot of guys. It ain't about wins and losses. Walter Payton, it's about the quarterback position. And Stafford hasn't got those wins. I don't care what the excuse is. But bringing in Kaepernick, why not? Why not? Now, if you want to break the bank, then I'm with you. Get out of here. But why not? Had we kept Jeff Driscoll, I'd have been cool. Like, oh, cool, we got Driscoll. He played pretty well last year. I'm cool with, riding out and developing Driscoll. But Chase Daniels ain't no good. I think people really believe that if somebody come in like Cam, or somebody come in like Kaepernick, or somebody came in like by Tua, by Herbert, that those quarterbacks will beat Matthew Stafford out, and they don't want to admit that. Now, I don't believe that to be true. Not all of them. But they don't want to put no pressure on Matthew Stafford. You see how he got rid of Sean Hill? People was clamoring for Sean Hill because he knew how to get the ball to Calvin. They don't want no pressure on Stafford. Stafford ain't had no pressure since Sean Hill left. It really didn't have no pressure while he was here. So, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over again and getting the same result. Change it up. Bring in Cam and let him see if he can push Stafford to greatness. Or if Stafford gonna fold. You know what I'm saying? Bring in Kaepernick just in case Stafford go down. And if not, you got somebody that can run the read option and do some wildcat things. So, Sheila being open to sign Kaepernick, that just turns the corner. Because William Clay Ford was a bona fide racist. The Fords come from a long line of racists. Go ask the old timers if they still alive, and they most of them probably not, on how they treated, minorities and blacks at the Dearborn plant right there, down there on Miller Road and over there off, Michigan Avenue. Go ask them how, black people made less, black people got followed to the bathroom, You know what I'm saying? How they hired the mob to beat up their employees when they strike. You know, like I said before, man, that shit don't change. Martha too old to change her stripe. So Sheila seemed like she more kind of in touch with the world today more than Martha is. So I mean, we'll see where it goes. But I mean, people say, oh no, well, Kaepernick can't play. Well, Chase Daniels can't play. I don't even know why he's in the league. David Blau can't play. Why is he in the league? You know what I'm saying? They so threatened that Stafford. One day it gotta happen. One day Stafford gotta step out and retire. One day it's gonna happen. A lot of these people, oh no, not Stafford. Oh my God, not Stafford. Oh, he's my quarterback. He 6 and 48, 50 against winning team quarterback. Get out of here. This ain't Barry. Y'all showing him more love than y'all showing Barry. Remember they turned on Barry Sanders too. People forget that they turned on Barry when Barry left the organization. Oh, they turned on everybody. They turned on Calvin and Dominic and Sue. Oh, you know, but they never turned on the Lions. They never turned on the Fords. And the smart people that have turned on the Fords, they understand what it is. And people say, oh, you hate Stafford. I don't hate Stafford. I like winning. And if something ain't working, I'm switching it up. You feel me? If one thing ain't working, you know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. For 12 years, going on 11 years, he's been a consistent loser in this organization. Straight up and down. Can't nobody debate me on that. He lost. Well, he didn't have this. He didn't have that. Hey, at the end of the day, he don't have this. He don't have that. This, that, and the third. You're not going to get that from the Lions. It's going to take a special player to be able to rise above this bull job with the Lions. It's going to take another owner, hopefully it's Sheila, to be able to put a pieces around him for him to be successful. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business questions, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Want to make a donation, just share the video. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Mercy Sports Talk. We gone.